one thing they kind of don't talk about in this section is when you have a negative radical, or you have a radical with a negative underneath of it. I'm not even sure I'm saying it correctly. I think they talk a little bit in the video, but not really. So I wanted to give you some examples of dealing with those negatives under there completely. You're going to treat them exactly as if it was a positive number underneath and just find whatever multiplied by itself 3 times is going to give you this number. So for example, 8, what are some things that I can put into 8, like some factors of 8? Well, I've got, the only one I can think of is 4 times 2. And then I'm going to take this 4 and break it down because at this point, I still don't have 3 of the same thing. I have to break that 4 down in order to get 3 2s. So this means that 8 equals 2 cubed. But remember up here I have a negative 8. Well, so how do I get a negative out of all of this? Well, all of these 2's are actually negative 2's. So that's a thing to remember. Anytime you have a negative number underneath a cube root bracket, then that means that your answer is going to be negative all the time. Because when I multiply -2 by -2, I get +4. And then when I multiply it by another -2, that's how I end up with -8. Does this make sense? Hopefully this is making sense. So my answer in this case up here would be -2. Okay, let's look at one more example. Again, just because I don't feel like they kind of talk about this. And I'm going to do the same thing, right? I'm going to think about what can go into 64. Well, so I know that 8 times 8 is 64, but that's still like I'm still looking for 3 of the same thing. So I got to break this down. That's going to be 4 times 2 and 4 times 2. And I could break the 4's down, but then I would end up with 9 2's. Well, that doesn't help me. I'm looking for 3 of something. So what I want you to think about is like how to sort of deal with these kind of creatively. Because look, if I take this 2 and this 2 and I multiply them together, I get 4. And then I end up with 1, 2, 3 4's. So I mean, check it on your calculator, right? 4 times 4 is 16 times 4 is 64. Double check that. So now I know that 4 cubed is what gets me to 64. But again, I can't forget it's a negative 64. So that means that it's -4 is really what I'm dealing with here in order to get a negative 64 answer. So -4 cubed gives me negative 64. So that means that the cube root of negative 64 is going to be -4. Hope this helps. Carry on.